Greetings from the top of a hill in Lyme Park and in the UK. I just wanted to share something about something I discussed yesterday in one of my sessions about the difference between mindfulness and meditation, and because I think I struggle with, what do I say to people? Is it mindfulness? Is it meditation? And what does it mean? And strictly speaking, in my opinion, one can make an effort, in a sense, a gentle effort to be mindful, but meditation is a spontaneous thing. And in a sense, mindfulness is setting the groundwork for meditation. And what I mean by that is that we can all get busy in the head, loads of things going on in the mind, lots of thinking going on, planning what happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future, all that kind of shit. and we can be walking in the countryside, and then and all that is happening inside the head, and actually all of a sudden we become aware, and then you can hear the birds singing, you can hear the trees, the leaves on the trees, you can hear the river babbling along, and I'm actually in the countryside right now, so sat on top of a hill, and but so in a sense you fall awake, and so if we can cultivate awareness, then we fall awake, and then we can become aware of stuff, and we can get out of the head, and it's good. Meditation is a little bit different in a sense, because according to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there's sort of 3 stages towards meditation, and the first stage is dharana, which is learning to focus the mind, learning to concentrate. So that's the first stage. And so in a class setting, when we do like a body scan, or be aware of the breath, or be aware of the chakras, whatever, it's learning to concentrate, and then we can see essentially that the mind is all over the place. We notice it flit off somewhere, and then but it's actually that noticing that it's flitted off somewhere and bringing it back. That is actually mindfulness. That is mindfulness. So the first stage is learning to meditate, is learning to concentrate. Second stage is dhyana, which is essentially we're in a flow situation. So a lot of the old yoga books talk about oil flowing, a smooth flow of oil, or nectar, or honey, whatever. So it's that flow. We're in a bit of a flow state, and that sort of comes spontaneously when we're actually doing something. So it's not necessarily just sat there on a block or a whatever, yoga meditation stool. That's a different thing. That's not. So I've got distracted then. So that's the first stage of meditation gone, dharana. It's when I got distracted because I got lots of WhatsApp messages all coming through on my phone, and which just is a perfect example of how we're distracted in everyday life. And so this second stage, it's not just done when you're meditating on a meditation cushion. It can be done when you're walking along and you become a little bit more at one with your surroundings, or when you've got a task at hand, when you're doing something, flower arranging, woodwork, whatever, filling in an Excel spreadsheet. If you're with it, then that is dharana. And then the third stage is actually it is the sort of spontaneous meditation. So there's and it's samadhi, and so that's when we just the mind disappears altogether, and then we're left with something absolutely glorious, and that's happened only once or twice to me actually, in a sense, but it's And the trouble is that in itself is a trap, because once it happens and the mind wants it to happen again and again, and the mind takes you there. The mind can take you so far. It could say, well, let's do a regular practice, let's do this, let's do that. But ultimately the mind goes away, and the mind wants to witness this lovely liberation situation, but the sad thing is the mind can't be there when it happens. So hopefully that's been useful. I don't know, it might be a lot of nonsense, but so that's the difference, in my opinion anyway, between mindfulness and meditation. And I'll see you soon. And there's this chap just ran past. There you go. Can you see him? There you go. That guy. That often happens to me. People start to run away. Namaste.